it's fun. It's fun.
Shut up, kid.
Yeah, go make some enchiladas.
I mean, I just did today.
Yeah, I'm not surprised actually.
I'm not Mexican though, retard. I'm literally not Mexican.
Okay, Dominican, whatever.
Swear to God.
I
And it's not enchiladas, it's enchiladas.
Enchilada, okay, whatever.
Yes, sir, ski.
Tell the Mexicans to spell it with a Y then. Who cares? Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear what I said about
No.
the definition for atheism?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
My definition of God is an all-powerful being.
God is an all-powerful being?
All-powerful,
so
perfect
are you saying
being.
that, like, he's a perfect being, so, like, a maximally... just like a maximally perfect being.
Maximally great, yeah.
Greatness. Alright, cool. So I have an understanding of the idea you're going to use. Alright, continue.
Is that fine? Okay. So, should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I think if I can prove God's possibility, that means God is actually existent, and His existence is necessary. If I can prove He's possible.
You can prove His possibility? No. You'd have to prove His necessity.
Yeah, I can prove His necessity.
All right, no. But before that, you said if I can prove God's possibility, then I can prove His existence and that He's necessary. Yeah, no. So
yeah,
here's the difference. I'm pretty sure you already know what contingency and necessity is. But
yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and explain it again.
So do I need to? Okay, do I need to prove that God is necessary?
Yes. So no. You're not proving His possibility, right? Proving a possibility only means that God would be contingent, therefore it's not necessary.
No, okay. So basically, if I prove God is possible in one world, then He would be not just possible, but He will be in every world existence.
No,
including
that's
the actual one. Well, I mean, He actually does, because if God exists in one possible world, or if God exists like possible, because He's not a logical contradiction, so it is possible no matter how slight the chances.
No. Hold on. Why? Why does one possibility entail necessity?
Okay, so God is necessary, right? Because He's a perfect being, and this necessity is better than contingency. So God is obviously necessary because He's a perfect being.
Contingency? No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not understanding. Dude, hold up, Zaref. Quit typing in chat. Right, so a possibility inside of one possible world. That is saying that this God can be maximally great inside of this possible world. That is His possibility. This isn't stringing over all possible worlds, right? So a maximally great being proving
He can also exist in every possible world by proving He exists in one of them.
Hold on. Let me finish. Right? So we have one possible world. You prove one possibility. This does not entail necessity over all possible worlds.
Okay, I'm not saying this does entail necessity. We can prove necessity.
Yes, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying. Okay,
no. We can use necessity, God's necessity, to prove that God exists in every single possible world, including the actual one.
Necessity means. You're saying that we can use His existence for His existence. Yeah, because
okay, that's not what I said. So, first of all, God's perfect.
Is.
So it's necessary. If He were to exist, right? He would be necessary because He's perfect being, so He would be like above contingency.
Okay.
Like better than contingency, which is necessary.
Okay.
So if God exists in one possible world, because He's possible, then every single world, including the actual one, will share the necessary being, such as like the math equation, like 2 + 2 = 4. That's necessary, so it doesn't change in any single possible world. So that's the same with God. God's possibility, yeah, God is not impossible. It's not a logical contradiction. So He is possible, yeah. How is God impossible? How is God contradictory?
You said omnipotent, so can God lift a rock?
No, I never said omnipotent. I said all powerful.
Yes, you did. At the beginning of the debate, you said He's omnipotent.
No, I said all powerful. I never said omnipotent. I think everyone's recording, but I never said omnipotent. I said all powerful and perfect.
All powerful and perfect. So would you not agree that perfection also leads to omnipotence?
No. Omnipotence is also...
No, hold on. I said, wait. I said a definition, right? And you said, okay, well, God is a maximally great being. And I said maximal greatness includes maximal omnipotence.
No, you never said maximal omnipotence. You said maximal greatness. You never did, bro. Like,
yes, I did.
You can't ask anyone and this, like...
Okay,
that was listening.
Anyone. Everyone in here, did I say maximally? Like whenever he said
No,
maximally great, did
ask
I say
no.
maximally
My
omnipotent?
definition of the God, like ask them my definition of God. Did I say
And you
omnipotent or
never
did I say all
contended with
powerful?
what I said. You never contended with what I said.
Hmm.
You never contended with what I said.
Does that mean I agree with what you said? No.
Why you don't agree with?
Okay. What did I not contend again?
What? You didn't contend me saying that God is a maximally omnipotent being.
You never said maximally omnipotent. You said maximally great being. I agreed to that one, and the other one I just didn't pay attention because you don't need to
Dude,
include like a lot of stuff. Where you could just like
you
cover it
don't
with
need.
one word.
Wait, hold up. You're mumbling. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I said you don't need to like add more definitions if you can just cover it with one word.
Maximally great. So you agree that maximally omnipotent would fall into maximally great?
No, omnipotent. How can you
No,
be
a maximally great.
maximally?
Hold on.
Wait. How can you be maximally omnipotent? Does that thing even exist?
Maximally omnipotent. Okay,
Or
omnipotent
is it
like the
different
highest
from
element.
omnipotent?
No. Okay, no. Okay, so in saying maximally great, you're like entailing some maximal greatness. Obviously, like it's just words, right?
Yeah,
So
the greatest
whenever I say
being that which
maximally,
no
hold
greater
on,
can be
no, hold on. So
conceived.
whenever I say hold on, whenever I say maximally omnipotent, this just means that this
Wait, what is
being
that different from omnipotent? Because I think
there
you're ragging on that
is
because you
no
never said.
difference from omnipotence. It's
Oh,
just
so
a
you say
saying. It's
maximum
just
omnipotence.
words.
You literally
It's
manipulated what
just
you said
semantical.
in order
That's all
for
it
it to
is. It's
go
just
with you.
semantical.
Okay, semantical, but you never
In
said
saying that
that. But you
maximally
never
great,
said
hold
maximally
on.
omnipotent.
It does. Oh my God, dude! In saying that a being is maximally great, you attribute all great qualities that this being could have, and that all
Okay, why would
and that
that?
all
Okay,
qualities
why
would
would
make it
maximally
great.
greatness entail omnipotence? My bad. Why
Why
would
would
that entail
maximal
omnipotence?
greatness entail omnipotence? Okay, well,
Yeah,
here's
when
the
you
thing.
translate, it's only all powerful and
Hold
perfect,
up.
not
Okay,
actually omnipotent.
so what do you mean by maximally great? We got to clear this up.
Okay. You were the one who asked me if he's maximally great, so I just agree with you. So basically, being the
Hold on.
greatest
No. What would
entity,
your
which no
maximal
greater can.
greatness be? Because my
Okay, being
maximal
the
greatness is
greatest from
no
which no greater can be conceived. That's
being
my
from great.
definition.
Okay, so that falls under the category of omnipotent.
No, that doesn't. Okay,
Yes, it does.
that's literally not omnipotent. Omnipotent includes like being able to actualize something that's subsistent.
Being able to actualize something that is existent. What?
Subsistent. So
Explain
by
that.
saying God is
Existent
omnipotent
or
would mean
living.
that God should be able to create like the biggest number or like a square circle. So logical
Yeah.
contradictions. Contradictions
Okay.
don't exist; they're existent. So God cannot do them. So
Contradictions.
He
I
can
mean,
only like
contradictions do
actualize
exist,
any
but they don't
possible
exist
world
physically.
or state of
They don't
affairs.
exist in the material, but yeah, they exist.
They exist only linguistically as words that we speak. So I guess you could say that, yeah,
Well, no. Okay, so
or
contradictions
semantically, my bad.
exist non-physically. They
Huh?
exist in thought. They don't exist
Wait,
physically
wait,
though.
but you
Okay.
cannot think of the highest number. You literally
You
cannot
cannot
think of
think
the
of the
highest number.
highest number. No, hold up.
Yeah,
That's why I
because you
said
add one more.
non-physical. Hold on. So I'm saying non-physically in a sense of okay, well, I conceive of this contradiction, not conceive of what the contradiction is made of, right? So I can conceive that this
Yeah, I
highest
said
number
it's
is this
semantical,
contradictory,
so
but I can
you can actually conceive,
no. So this
but
whole
you
ramble
cannot.
that me
Okay,
and you are
wait, you
going on
can you
right now,
can
this is
conceive
all
the
semantical. You know
contradiction,
that, right?
right?
This is all
But you
semantical.
cannot conceive
No,
like the predicates of it, so
this is
you
all
actually
semantical. You know
cannot
that, right?
have it in your mind.
This is all
So you
semantical. You
know,
know,
but okay, so if you think of the
this
highest
is all
number, right?
semantical.
Huh?
This is all semantical.
Oh, you agree or what?
I agree with what statement you've made multiple.
Okay, so contradictions don't exist. Don't subsist.
Contradictions
They exist. Okay. Exist
exist.
nor subsist. They just exist.
They don't exist nor subsist. They just absist.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess the only way they could exist is semantically by saying, "Oh, highest number" or something like that.
Well,
Like,
I disagree with that. I still say that the highest like contradictions can exist non-physically. But
okay, how would you picture them like as a concept?
I'm
Like,
not
how could you
saying picture
picture?
them as a concept. Look, okay, hold on. I already described this to you. So a contradiction can exist, right, in thought, but you cannot picture the
Okay, so
contradiction. You
you said
cannot.
they can subsist, but you
I
cannot
said
picture.
exist.
Okay, you can think of a contradiction,
Exactly.
But that
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
not make it
So
real.
you
Wait,
can think of a
you can
contradiction,
think.
but you cannot think of no. Okay. So you can think of the contents of the contradiction. Listen to this. So a contradiction has contents, right? You can think of the contents contradiction, but you cannot visualize the contents. Is more or less what I'm saying, right? So contradictions can exist non-physically.
Okay, so how can you think of the highest number if they exist?
How can you think of a
If they
highest
still
number?
exist?
Okay, a highest number.
Yeah.
Okay, look, listen. So something that is, I told you this already. We can think of a non-physical contradiction, but we cannot actualize the
Okay, you can
content of the
think of what it is,
non-physical
but you
contradiction.
don't. You
So we
cannot
agree.
think. Wait, you can think of what it is, but you cannot think of the predicates that make it up.
Yeah.
So, okay, whatever. I agree with that. I don't have
All
no
right. Cool. Cool.
contention.
Cool. So now that we have that down,
Okay,
what?
so God is not
What
omnipotent.
the
Yes, I
fuck?
said he's like, shut up, Jedi. So if
Sick.
God is like all powerful
Big Mom is actually kind of
and
sick.
perfect, it's
What
gonna say
are you
see.
saying?
Well, if he's all powerful and perfect, right? Like, he doesn't need to be able to actualize a logical contradiction. He can just actualize, I guess, any possible world, like anything in the
He
possible
can
world.
actualize any possible. Well, I don't really think that possible. I don't think anything can exist necessarily per se.
I mean, there's things that can exist necessarily.
Like what?
God, the number equation, like the 2 + 2 = 4,
God? No. Okay, so why would God exist necessarily?
because God is okay. We already went over this. God is perfect, and if he's perfect, that means he's not contingent. He's necessary, because necessary is better than contingent. And that's why he's
Okay.
necessary.
Hold on.
Would just be necessary. Hey, yo, being
Okay.
good
Okay.
at
Oh, yeah,
OC,
yeah, yeah.
okay?
I'm seeing what you're saying. Do you know what the fallacy of refutation is?
No.
No. Okay. So the fallacy of refutation is basically saying that you're trying to actualize a thought, right? It doesn't matter if this thought is maximally great. It's still just a thought. It's still just a conception. It's just a cognitive wish, right? It's still just a non-physical thing. That's what the fallacy of refutation is.
Okay, so you're saying that I'm trying to actualize God by thinking of Him?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
actually isn't my point.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
No,
okay,
no, no, no,
but
no, no.
I think
You
you
are
you have a
trying to
misconception
actualize.
of my modal
You are trying
concept.
to
Okay,
actualize a conception. No, 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 hold up. So, the form of the ontological argument that you're using, it's called the conceptualization ontological argument. And basically, what it's saying is that, okay, well, I conceive of a being greater than no other, and a being greater than no other has all attributes, something like that, right? But this argument has a big hole, and that is the fallacy of replication.
okay. So what I'm going for is actually not just like actualizing God just by thinking of Him. Basically, what I want to prove, because first we entrenched the definition of God is basically all powerful and perfect.
And that's
And
just
the way I used
that,
to,
hold on, no, no, that's a
okay, I don't know where
conceptualization.
this fallacy applies
That's
because I'm not trying to go
non-physical.
for that. Huh? God is not
That's something
physical.
that is non-physical. That's a conceptualization. All
Okay, well,
powerful,
I'm
something
on
like
my
that.
way. Okay,
Something that is
I'm trying to
completely
get my point
perfect. That
across
is
to prove that God is
non-physical.
physical.
That is a conceptualization.
Yeah, but I'm literally that's what I'm trying to do the whole debate to prove that God exists, not just
Exactly. And I'm saying that your
conceptually.
entire
Okay, so yeah, so
conceptualization,
I'm
realization of this
okay. So let me go ahead.
conceptualization thing, that's a
So if God
fallacy.
exists,
So
in
it's like
so okay,
illogical.
wait. So God is not a logical contradiction, right? And that's where we left off after we went on a tangent about God being logically contradiction or whatever. So God
I'm
is
still
not
on that
impossible
thing.
because he's
He's a
not
logical
logically
contradiction in
incoherent.
terms.
Oh wait,
You're
what?
trying to dude, you're trying to actualize a conceptualization. Something of
No,
maximal
okay.
greatness. This is a conceptualization. Just like
Okay,
if,
no,
say, for
we
instance, if
literally
you run into
agreed
a
on this
sailor,
definition at the
say,
beginning.
hold
So
on, hold on, hold on, hold
this is
on. No,
what
no,
we're
no.
going for.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I agreed on your definition.
Okay,
Sure.
okay, nice, nice.
I
So if
agreed on your
God exists,
definition
okay,
of God
wait.
being something
If God is possible,
of
right?
maximal
Yeah,
greatness.
but if you would let me finish and maybe like you understand what I'm talking about, maybe you
I
can have a
understand
different
what you're trying
refutation
to
than this
say.
one.
If God is
Okay,
possible
no,
inside of
you
this
don't
world of
because I
being of
didn't finish
maximal
it.
greatness. Oh
Yeah,
my
but how can you
God.
understand? How can you precog me? I didn't even finish what I was trying to say. So
Because
the
I
reason
heard
I'm
what you
trying to
were
prove
saying
God,
and I
okay,
understood your argument from beforehand.
the reason I think God exists is because if He exists in a possible world and He's necessary, He would exist in every single possible world, including the actual one. And the reason for that is because every single possible world, including the actual one, contain every necessary being, and they don't change because they're necessary. So 2 + 2 = 4 is one example. Perfect. So,
Can I tell you something?
like, if he attains perfection, necessary is better than contingency. So if God is necessary, he exists in the actual
Can I tell you
world.
something?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna point out every single flaw with this argument, and then we can go through them one by one. Right. So the first flaw with this argument is that obviously using existence as a predicate. The second flaw with this argument is that you assume.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, free logic.
Free logic. Explain.
Okay,
I mean,
free logic.
yeah.
Basically, we can't. Okay, so classical free logic basically says that we can like prove existence can be used as a predicate. First can be proved like, let's say, like quantifying. So we can use existence as a predicate to quantify something. Also,
So what are we
basically,
quantifying?
free logic also like knows this because it's basically a formal logic whose quantifiers are interpreted in the way that is objectively over the
What are we
specified
quantifying?
domain. Wait, no, that's I'm just trying to prove that we can actually use existence as a predicate.
Yeah,
So if
no,
we
no,
can
no. So
actually use existence as a predicate,
if
I don't
there's
see
no
how we cannot use it
quantification
in
being
here.
used inside of here, then I don't think free logic would apply whatsoever.
Wait, no
So I'm using
quantification?
like
Yeah,
a
we are
formal
using a
logical system.
quantification. God is one, like God
God is
being
a
one.
quantification, a quantification for what?
Quantification for okay, a quantification for a necessary being.
Quantification for necessary being. God is that necessary being, so he doesn't need to be used as a quantifier. So
Okay, you can quantify how many gods there are. I'm just quantifying there's one
you can
using existence as a
quantify
predicate.
how many gods there are. Well,
Yeah, I'm
going by
proving.
what you said, there's only one, and that being completely
All
necessary.
powerful, perfect being. I mean, there could be
An
multiple.
all-powerful, perfect being. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So if
There
there's
could
an
be
all-powerful,
multiple, but
perfect
the reason
being,
I'm
you just
using
keep
is instead of predicate is because to prove one, like just one God. So
you're
I
just proving
quantify.
one. So do you actually know what like a quantifier is? Like what means?
Yeah, it says how many or something like that.
How many? All right. So why would
Existential.
why there are
Okay, so
existential
like how many
quantifiers
there
in
exist,
logic
I
if
guess,
this is
for
what you're
now.
referring to? All right, Bean, can you go ahead and explain like what these quantifiers would be then? All right, cool. Because I'm not very adept inside of different forms of logic except for fuzzy logic, informal logic, and formal logic. I don't really care too much. In predicate logic and existential quantification is constant, which is interpreted as there exists, there is at least one or for some.
That's free logic
Yeah,
falls under that, or that falls under free logic. My bad.
that falls under free logic. So there is at least one of
Free
these
logic.
things.
I'd say
Okay,
free logic is basically
wait.
like
All right, continue. Go
logic
ahead.
that's
I've
free
been
of
cutting you off. My
existence.
bad.
Or no, it's like when it's read, it's like there exists. Wait, how do I explain this? Basically, free logic like it has like classical predicate logic.
Okay.
They admit like singular terms that they denote to like no existing thing, such as like God or like the king of Britain. Like that's existence as a predicate can be used.
The king of how is that how is that
Yeah, it's
existence
just
as a predicate?
huh?
How is that existence as a predicate? There is the king of London, or like
No,
just
I
one
was
king
talking
of
about free
London.
logic at that point.
Free logic.
How it
Okay, so
differs from
inside of
yeah,
like this.
okay.
All right, so inside of the predicate logic that Bean sent, it's just saying that like a logical constant, right? And it's interpreted as there exists, right? So the predicate would literally be there exists, or like there is one or more, or there is at least one, or there are
Yeah,
multiple
I
da
don't
da da da
see.
da.
Okay, why is
Right,
it
right. Hold on. Wait,
bad
hold
to
up.
use existence
Let
as
me
a
finish. Let me
predicate?
finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
So it's not existence as a predicate. That's just defining an occurrence inside of our reality, right? So a predicate is something that is used to. It's something that adds on to the essence of a being, right? And I don't think an occurrence in reality can be the essence of something. So, like, the essence of a being would be, say, for instance, human, right, or blue eyes.
Wait, but
That's just
existence
general specific evidence.
can also
That
add on to the essence, or can be used as a
existence,
predicate.
how?
Because if
Okay,
you
so
don't,
by predicating something, that already means that it exists.
okay, maybe
So
it subsists.
how can
So
you
if
use
you use
existence as a
existence as a
predicate
predicate,
whenever
wait, but if you
how
use
wait,
existence as a predicate, it would just say, okay, well, they exist physically, for example.
that exists physically? No, that's just saying,
Yeah, if you
okay, well,
don't
this thing
actually like,
exists.
if you don't establish that,
That's
if you
not
just
a
been,
predicate. That's not adding on to the essence of that being. That's just defining an occurrence in reality.
okay, I mean
You would have
that's
to prove
why
that
it can be
defining
used as a
no.
predicate.
You would have to prove that defining an occurrence in reality is actually adding on to the essence of some certain being, right? So me saying that, oh, Richard has blue eyes, right? So adding a predicate onto something is already assuming an occurrence in reality, which is existence. So you can't say that, well, this this predicate is already going to describe this one thing.
What?
My bad. Okay,
Wait,
so
okay, still, I think
by
it
adding a
is.
predicate onto one thing, you already determine that it exists physically or non-physically, right?
Uh huh.
Right? All right, cool. So by determining that this thing exists physically or non-physically, if there are physical attributes, you make those physical attributes known with a predicate. And this is how you come to the conclusion that something exists. It's an occurrence in
Wait,
reality.
can you
That's what existence is. Existence cannot be used as a predicate because
wait?
whenever
Can
you
you
predicate
summarize that?
something,
I
you
didn't
already
quite get
assume
it.
its assumption. I mean, you already assume its existence.
Wait, I didn't quite get the. Can you summarize that?
Okay.
Like you just
Right.
your
So a
point.
predicate is used to describe something physical or non-physical, right? It adds on to the essence of that being. Would you
Uh
agree?
huh.
All
Yeah,
right.
existence is
Cool.
sure.
No. Let me finish.
Oh,
Right.
just a predicate. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we have existence. By predicating something, or by using a predicate, you already assume that this thing exists physically or non-physically,
Wait,
right?
why?
You assume, okay, so if you're trying to if you're trying
What
to
if
add a
it
predicate
doesn't
onto
exist at
something,
all? Like a
if it
concept.
doesn't
Oh, never
exist at
mind.
all, then you shouldn't be able to
That's
describe it
what you
using a
said.
predicate. I'm saying physically
Yeah.
or non-physically. It doesn't matter which one.
Uh
If
huh.
something exists physically, then you describe those physical attributes, right? And
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
known
yeah.
as predicates. They add into the essence of that being,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So if we can predicate, or if we can use predicates to describe physical attributes, this already assumes that the being exists physically instead of non-physically, right? So this being would not need existence as a predicate, nor would existence be able to be used as a predicate, because then you would just be saying, this being exists, right? It's just a tautology, it's just circular.
Wait. Okay, but if it's like only existence as a predicate, and if it's used to like, okay, so if it's only existence as a predicate and no other predicate such as like I am or something like that, I don't know, that
That's not
also
a
proves that you
predicate.
exist. Okay, any predicate that's only existence.
Any predicate that's only existence, there are none. A
Okay,
predicate
no, I mean like
assumes
a
existence.
predicate. Okay, existence as a predicate, like that. Only one existence as a predicate. If there was no
Only
other
one
predicates.
can. Okay, so are you trying to like get into some major philosophical discovery of a predicate that only defines existence? Because, dude, if you can just like